What's going on, everybody? The Island Ricks TV back with another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about how much the Lakers suck right now and how bad the Lakers stink. The Lakers lost 121 to the Chicago Bulls, 121 to 103. And the first thing I would like to talk about is the fact that we're doing a tribute. Like, people are doing tributes for role players. Like, this is beyond ridiculous to me. I know how, passionate fans can be, and I know how much y'all love Alex Caruso. But at the end of the day, Alex Caruso was not a premier all-star level caliber of player. I feel like unless you are a star on a team, then that's when you deserve a tribute. But that's like beyond my worries. That's the least of my worries, when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers look horrible. Even the tribute, like that was just, to me, it's just still mind-boggling to me. But Kobe would be disappointed that we're doing tributes. Shout out to Alex Caruso. Great player. He's gritty, good on-ball defender, much power to him. But in terms of doing, like, they did a tribute for another player. I can't remember who it was, but like it's just beyond ridiculous to me. But I took a few notes. I got a few notes right here. I watched the entire game up until late, probably like it was like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was nothing left to watch at that point. Anthony Davis got ejected. To me, it was something ridiculous. I don't blame the ref for tossing them, but Anthony Davis, you got to be able to control your emotions. You don't get frustrated to the point where you get thrown out and get a second technical when you are, leading this team. They need you in order, because the momentum had changed, as they call them THT. And it almost sounds as if they're calling them THC. Because this entire team looks like it's smoking THC as we going up against the Chicago Bulls, this young team. But Anthony Davis, at that point, you have to be a leader. The team go as far as you go. You're the best player on that floor right now. So you have to put your emotions to the side, your feelings to the side, and understand that, you crying over some tennis shoes. Like, they was lobbing the ball to Anthony Davis on the inside, and he was just falling, like, just clumsy, just falling over. Like, come on, bro, you got to do better than that. And I don't want to put this loss solely on Anthony Davis. I say the coaching is horrible. I don't know what kind of dirt Frank Vogel has on Jeanie Buss, or I don't know what type of connections. I don't know if they secret lovers. That's the way we are. Try so hard. Like, no, I don't understand what's happening. But Brush should have been fired. Like, any other coach would have been fired. You lose to, and the Chicago Bulls is a great team. I already talked about how good of a team Chicago Bulls was going to be. They did a great job at forcing the ball out of Anthony Davis' hands. They trapped him. I think that the Lakers would have had a lot more success had they ran through Russell Westbrook, in terms of, Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis doing pick and rolls, and, Anthony Davis rolling to the basket and getting more lobs. Them also having DeAndre Jordan and a lineup, and both of them, getting them lobs to the basket. Because the more you get a player going and, they make shots, the wider the basket becomes. So it would have been better to have Russell Westbrook running the pick and roll, the two-man game, and just kind of like just getting him going. Getting Anthony Davis going. That way, y'all don't have to keep trying to get the ball out him, and the ball out, and he's taking shots in the perimeter, and he's just trying to just turn into a jump shooter, and just trying to shoot the ball as fast as he can, before they send a double team. You know, it was really a great game, especially to start off. Russell Westbrook didn't have such a bad game this time. He made a lot of costly mistakes early on. He was turning the ball over early, early. You know, and my thing is, what I want to talk about. Y'all gonna keep seeing me switch hands because, I don't have nothing to hold my phone. But what I want to talk about. And I don't want to hear nobody saying, "Oh, well, you only report Lakers news when the Lakers lose." Listen, I'm not about to sit up there and report something that the Lakers should already do. It's just like, you want a cookie? I'm not about to sit up there and report news. That's like if a 30-year-old is playing a 10-year-old in a basketball game. You should already expect the outcome. You should expect that this 30-year-old is going to bust the tail of a 10-year-old. So when the Lakers play the Spurs, when they play the Houston Rockets, I shouldn't have to report anything because, you should take care of business. It shouldn't be that difficult to close out on these average, below average teams. They trash. But anyway, horrible coaching. I'm trying to figure out why Carmelo Anthony is in the starting lineup. The man is 40 years old, just about 40 years old. Why is Carmelo Anthony not on the bench and coming off the bench and giving you that energy? Why do you have a 40-something-year-old in a starting lineup? Carmelo Anthony is inconsistent. He's inconsistent. The man should have been retired, but people are holding on to Carmelo and what he's done in the past. And he may have some games where it's like, oh, he did that with the Houston Rockets. He did that. Carmelo Anthony isn't doing anything no different than he did when he was with the Portland Trail Blazers, the Houston Rockets. It's just now he's taking more shots. And you can't tell me that you can't find another Carmelo Anthony in the league. You can't tell me that you can't find a young player just as talented to do what Carmelo Anthony is doing. He's just like Kyle Kuzma. He's just like Kyle Kuzma. And that's not to say that Kyle Kuzma is a terrible player, but Kyle Kuzma has to be the fourth or fifth best player on the team. He shouldn't be in no starting lineup. Carmelo Anthony should not be in a starting lineup. He's a brown version of Kyle Kuzma with hair. It's time for him to go. Melo needs to go. Melo needs to go. Marshmello needs to go. Carmelo offers nothing on the defensive side. Nothing whatsoever. He's old, he's stiff, can't move like he used to. He reminds me of one of those, those old dudes, those old heads who still wants to be young and wear skinny jeans and, still want to hang out with the young guys. Like, no, bro, it's time to hang it up. Go commentate on basketball. It's time to let go, bro. Like, it's time to let go. He's engaging in trash talking, about to call. He almost got a tech tonight for getting into the ref's face. Like, you too old to be trying to start fights. You're barely in the league now. Like, you can't cost us the game. He was coming off the bench for a reason. He shouldn't be in the starting lineup. Why do you have Avery Bradley and Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup together? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have these guys in the starting lineup together when Avery Bradley is not a great three-point shooter. Neither is Russell Westbrook. This is why they back off of Westbrook. It doesn't make sense what you're doing, Frank Vogel. What is a Vogel? But, like I said, Russell Westbrook was turning the ball over. Like I said, the Bulls did a phenomenal job at trapping Anthony Davis and forcing the ball out his hands. It was crazy, because I was about to write this stuff down, write something down. I was going to say that the Lakers need to pass the ball inside to Anthony Davis further in the paint and just have him go up and turn around. As soon as I said that, Stu Lance said the exact same thing. Right? And those for people who claim that I don't know basketball. Like you said, they should have got the ball to him lower in the post. And the Bulls' small lineup was just giving the Lakers fits all night long. Their defense, I'm talking about literally moving their feet on defense, sliding and, beating defenders. They're trying to, defenders are trying to beat them off the dribble. They're sliding their feet and beating them there to force them to have to pass the ball or to force them to have to pick up their dribble. Like Billy Donovan did a great job at building that Bulls team. Zach LaVine is an elite player now. He's officially an elite player. Like he has, he leaps up so high. He lifts up so high that he just lifts right up over the defenders and just could shoot. Lonzo Ball, the guys that everybody say is trash, garbage, had it's like he just got his revenge last night. It's like everybody that played the Lakers get their revenge. D'Angelo Russell. So, to me, in order to fix the Lakers, they need somebody out there to be another threat. Even if LeBron James came back, the Lakers would be in trouble because they're old. They need younger, fresher legs. But the problem is they're going to have to trade LeBron James. They need to trade LeBron James. Once again, trade LeBron James. No matter who they bring in, they could bring in Buddy Hield. Everybody's like, oh, the Lakers should have went after Buddy Hield. It don't matter who the Lakers went after. And as someone pointed out, you could have went after Buddy Hield, but then you would have said, it would have been the same outcome as you have now. And then people would have said, oh, well, the Lakers should have traded for Russell Westbrook. So it really wouldn't make a difference who you sign. It's all coming down to coaching, the system that's being ran, the chemistry. Like, the Lakers look horrible. Horrible. Garbage. Trash. They need to gut out this team, get the cancer that's in this team out, which is LeBron James. He's the coach. He's the GM. He's everything. And it's not going to get better. Like, you got people like, oh, it's just still early in the season. The teams that are doing great now are going to be doing the exact same way by playoff time, unless an injury happened. Now, if you're sitting here relying on an injury for the Lakers to hope that we could, get a playoff spot, then, what are we hoping? It's like hoping to find a treasure by the Lucky Charm man, if that makes sense. It probably don't, but hey, it's like you're trying to find a pot of gold. So, to me, it's like, bro, like what is going on? You got to think the top 5 teams, the Golden State Warriors have the number 1 seed right now, and they're going to keep the number 1 seed because they've rebuilt their team with young pieces around their foundation. They believe in strength in numbers. And this league right now is Steph Curry. The reason he's so successful because this is what Steph Curry built. His style of play is the entire league. So he's able to be successful. He's the engine to their team. But you got the Warriors, the Suns, the Phoenix Suns who made the NBA Finals last year, right? The Phoenix Suns made the NBA Finals last year. You got the Denver Nuggets. You got the Utah Jazz. You got the Los Angeles Clippers. So all those teams, and I haven't even mentioned the Lakers yet. The Mavericks, like, you got all these teams in the West, these top teams in the West that the Lakers going to have to compete with. The Lakers, I'll be surprised if the Lakers get an 8th seed. I'll be surprised. The Lakers have been garbage, bro. Garbage. And they need to gut out this team. They need to, THC, who I call him THC. He's a bright spot. Solid player. I'm not going to sit up here and act like he's but he gives great contribution. But you can't rely on these role players. But like I said, LeBron James is a dark cloud over this Laker team. And the Bulls, shout out to the Bulls. Like I said, they're building a great, system. They're building a great team over there. And they built the last. The Lakers are trash, man. Trash. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all get in that comment box, like, share, subscribe. I'm out.